In the year 2154, the world is starkly divided into two extremes. The ultra-rich live in luxury aboard a magnificent space station called Elysium, a massive ring-shaped Stanford torus that orbits Earth. Life on Elysium is pristine and pampered. Its residents enjoy comfort, high-end technology, and access to miraculous medical beds called medbays that can instantly cure any illness or injury. Meanwhile, down on Earth, things couldn't be more different. The planet is overcrowded, polluted, and crumbling. The poor struggle to survive in the ruins, constantly watched and controlled by cold, robotic enforcers. Max DaCosta is one of those trying to get by on Earth. Once a car thief and now on parole, Max lives in the dilapidated remains of Los Angeles and works a grueling factory job at Armadyne Corp., the defense contractor that builds the tech and weapons used on Elysium. But disaster strikes when a workplace accident exposes Max to a lethal dose of radiation. Doctors give him just 5 days to live. Meanwhile, a desperate group of Earth's residents attempts to reach Elysium, hoping to use its medbays to save their lives. But Jessica Delacourt, the hard-nosed Elysian Secretary of Defense, sees them as a threat. She unleashes a brutal sleeper agent named M. Kruger to shoot the shuttles out of the sky. Her harsh tactics draw criticism and President Patel pushes back, firing Kruger. Undeterred, Delacourt begins plotting a coup to seize complete control. She enlists John Carlyle, CEO of Armadyne, to write a program capable of overriding Elysium's central systems and making her the new president. Carlyle does so, and to keep the program secure he uploads it into his own brain, locking it with deadly encryption. Back on Earth, Max knows the only thing that might save him now is a medbay. He reaches out to Spider, a well-known smuggler and hacker, with help from his loyal friend Julio. Spider agrees to help Max, but only if Max helps him first. The intercept Carlyle's shuttle and steal his brain data, which Spider believes holds valuable secrets. Knowing time is against him, Max undergoes a risky surgery. They strap Max to the table in the back of Spider's gritty underground clinic, the room humming with the whine of outdated tech and the low murmur of tense voices. Bright surgical lights flicker overhead as Spider's crew gathers around, gloved hands moving with sharp precision. The lead surgeon, calm and methodical, slices open the skin along Max's spine. Metal plates, cables, and neural interfaces are fitted onto his body like armor being forged straight into flesh. Wires snake into the base of his skull and thick screws punch through bone, bolting the exoskeleton onto his shoulders and arms. His muscles twitch involuntarily as circuits come online, sinking steel and sinew. They drill the neural implant into his skull with a quiet, merciless whir. Max's fists clench. His eyes flutter open, wide with pain and electricity. He doesn't scream. He just breathes. A new sound fills the room, the mechanical whir of the exosuit powering up. Max sits up, shaky but alive, less man now, more weapon. Desperate to retrieve her program, Max and his team are ready to attack to Carlyle. They gather their weapons and goes in the car to retrieve Carlyle. Carlyle along with his robot guards boards the airpod when Max shoots it with his gun. Delacourt sends Kruger back into action, secretly this time. A violent showdown ensues. Max's team is nearly wiped out, Carlyle dies and Max barely escapes. Badly injured, he flees to the home of Fry, a kind nurse and childhood friend. Frey's young daughter, Matilda, is gravely ill with leukemia. When Fry hears Max is headed to Elysium, she begs him to take Matilda so she can be healed. But Max, still focused on survival, refuses. To prevent Max's escape, Delacourt orders a total airspace lockdown over Los Angeles. Max returns to Spider to try and offload the data from his head. Spider manages to crack the program's purpose. It can change the very system of Elysium, making every person on Earth a legal citizen. That would mean access to medbays and proper care for all. But with the lockdown in place, there's no way to get Max to Elysium. Meanwhile, Kruger captures Fry, along with her daughter, until Max makes a risky deal. He turns himself over to Kruger in exchange for a ride, unaware that Kruger has taken Fry and Matilda hostage. Kruger's shuttle lifts off with everyone aboard, but a fight breaks out mid-flight. A grenade explodes, destroying most of Kruger's face and causing the ship to crash land on Elysium. Max, Fry, and Matilda are captured. Delacourt prepares to extract the data from Max's head, even after learning the decryption will kill him. Cold and calculating, she gives the go-ahead. Meanwhile, Kruger is revived in a medbay, his face restored. Delacourt confronts him about his recklessness, but Kruger has his own plans. He kills her, aiming to take control of Elysium himself. With a newly upgraded exoskeleton more advanced than Max's, he begins a violent takeover, slaughtering Elysium's leadership in his bid for power. As the chaos unfolds, Max breaks free, rescues Fry and Matilda, and learns a hard truth. The medbays only recognize official Elysian citizens. The only way to save Matilda and countless others is to activate Carlisle's program. Max ensures Fry and Matilda make it to a medbay, then teams up with Spider, who managed to sneak aboard during the madness. Together they head to the main computer core. But Kruger catches up. A brutal fight breaks out. Max manages to rip out the neural connector from Kruger's skull, crippling him. Kruger, in a last act of defiance, tethers himself to Max and activates a grenade. Max tears the tether off just in time, injuring himself and sending Kruger falling to his death. Reaching the core, Spider warns Max that running the program will trigger Carlisle's encryption and kill him. Max, already knowing this, makes peace with his fate. He radios Fry for a final goodbye, then activates the program. The system reboots. In an instant, every person on Earth is registered as a citizen of Elysium. President Patel and his security forces arrive, but the robotic guards now recognize Spider as a citizen and refuse Patel's orders. Matilda is healed in a medbay, and Elysium's systems begin responding to the massive influx of newly recognized citizens. A fleet of medical ships is automatically launched to Earth, ready to bring real care and hope to those who need it most. Max dies, but his sacrifice changes everything. For the first time, Earth's people have a shot at a better life. Guys, we hope that you liked this recap. Subscribe our channel. See you in the next one.